up, everybody? This is Chris with Slims Presents, and I'm here with Dennis, Allyson, and Chris Cobb. You guys are going to be playing a big show at the Music Hall Friday, June 22nd. Big show.
Big.
Five different bands playing. Only $8. It's going to be a good show. Starts at 8:30. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves a little? Tell us about your bands.
I think there's only 4 bands.
Oh, 4 bands.
4 acts, I should say.
Okay.
You know, I'm sort of seem to be the linchpin of everything, so you want me to...
Yeah, go for it.
I'm Chris Cobb. I've had my band, the Chris Cobb Band, for a long time, since about 1987. I started playing under my own name, and before that I'd done all kinds of Bay Area bands. I've been an active Bay Area musician since about 1974, 75. I moved up here from Southern California in about 73. So when I started playing under my own name in '87, well, let me go back just a little before that. Before that, I was contacted by a guy named Miles Hurwitz, who at the time was the editor of BAM magazine, and he was trying to put a backing band together to back a singer-songwriter that he knew, who was Jimmy Bruno, who's going to be, I guess, the second act on this show. And Jimmy's a real good singer and songwriter, and the band that he put together, Dennis was on bass, right? Mm-hmm. And that's where I met Dennis. And then things with Jimmy, it just didn't seem to be really working out to be a band for him. And then when I went to put my own band together, I grabbed Dennis because I thought he was so good, And we played together for, what, 3 years?
About 3 years,
for quite a while.
Maybe 3.5.
And then after that, the Chris Cobb Band continued on till now with all kinds of different Bay Area players and done a lot of things and like that. And then, was it about 86, 85?
No, it was 88, 89.
Oh, it was later.
88,
Okay,
89.
I had, actually, can I tell the Melissa story?
You can.
Okay. I had a singer, her name was Melissa, and she was a really good singer, but she was teaching also, and Allyson was one of her students. And she went on a vacation somewhere for a couple of weeks and said, well, my student Allyson will fill in. Whatever you do, don't hire her. And Allyson came to the first gig and started singing. I went, holy shit, And so when she came back, I said, the one thing you asked me to do. And so Allyson sang in the band for like 14 years after that or something.
Yeah,
a long time.
Years,
yeah.
Wow.
Really long time.
Really long time.
So let's see, what
Well, are you on your own now, Allyson? You have a solo act?
Yeah, I recorded my solo CD in 2002, and kind of did my own band thing there for a while, and then I got together with this gal in Asher, and we had Allyson Paige for a year, and that was really fun. And then I ended up meeting Jesse Brewster right after that, who I'm doing this gig with, and I've been doing a lot of shows with him. He's like a really prolific songwriter, and so I do a lot of his shows with him. We co-write together, and he's going to be producing my next CD that I'm going to be working on later this year. So, and that's the first CD that I put out, actually it's not. I put another CD out in between that, but I'm really excited about this next one.
Nice.
I did, yeah.
And Dennis, you're with Mr. Chin's Hot Sauce?
Mr. Chin's Hot Sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What are the origins of Mr. Chin's Hot Sauce?
Well, Mr. Chin's Hot Sauce, it's myself and two other members. We're in an 80s power pop band, The Tickets, with me a long time ago, and we remain pretty good friends, and so we added 2 other guys, Steve and Mark Irwin, the harp player, and we joined together, and we're in it for the fun, for the chicks and the drink tickets, We don't have CDs out yet. We barely have. We have like 2 recordings or something, but we're in it for the fun, and we were asked to be on this bill, so we jumped at the chance, and it's a good chance to hit the big stage. Of course, I've been on that big stage with Los Lobos before, but
Oh, really?
What
Yeah.
is that about, Dennis?
The music hall. Well, it was that's a story for another day probably.
Oh, okay.
And actually, it was just members of, but still. But no, the origin of Mr. Chin's hot sauce. Our keyboard player, to make it short, he confiscated the biggest bottle of hot sauce he'd ever seen at this old club, the Bohemian Hayward, years ago, and he hid it. And the owner was turning over tables and looking through suitcases everywhere for this bottle of hot sauce, because unbeknownst to him, he had just bought it from the Safeway next door 10 minutes ago. So he knew he had bought it, and so he was looking, and our keyboard player's just sweating bullets, thinking if he finds it, we'll never play again. This guy's going to kill me. Well, he didn't. He kept the story inside for 30 years, and then when we were getting ready to play my sister's 50th birthday party, he told us the story. We said, "That's the name of the band, Mr. Chin's Hot Sauce."
sauce.
There you go.
That's
we
a great story.
Yeah. So we just kept it that, and we just keep it fun, and we're all friends, and yeah, like I said, we're not in it for the money, that's for sure.
Well, you guys have all worked together, obviously, on a lot of different projects. Been around for many years in the Bay Area scene. Varying degrees of commercial success, but I take it that that's not really the point. You guys are more about the passion of the music. What really drives you to keep hitting the stage?
Well, for me, it's a combination of things. I mean, because I have my 21-year-old son, Jesse Cobb, is the second guitarist in my band.
Oh, cool.
We play together. It's so awesome. He's really, really talented, and we have so much fun playing together, and it's just like something that, it may go away sometime, he may go do something else or whatever, but we'll always have had these years of just something that very few people ever get to experience in their life, and it's just really excellent. But anyway, when my band gets to go out and do that, like what this Friday night is going to be, Friday the 22nd, and play it for an audience that is there to listen. I mean, a lot of the clubs I play, I don't even play any of my original music because they want to hear Stevie Ray Vaughan and ZZ Top and all of that stuff. And I play one of my songs, and they've never heard it before, and it's always sort of a lukewarm reaction. And then I go into Pride and Joy, and everybody goes insane, So it's just a real treat for me to get to play the music that I wrote, and that's where all the passion is. That's because my whole heart and everything is in that music, and that's where that is.